This conference will now be recorded.
Hello students, we are moving to the next chapter, chapter number 12, mineral nutrition. So we know that all these chapters, mineral nutrition and all, definitely you can expect one question from this chapter. So in NEET 2024, there were two questions from this chapter. Okay, and if you are searching past 5 years question paper, 4 to 5 questions we can get from this. And here we know here in chapter 12 mineral nutrition, two important topics are there, like classification of mineral nutrients, and the second important topic, classification in the sense about inorganic nutrients we are learning. And apart from that, we have one more very important topic of metabolism of nitrogen. Nitrogen metabolism is a very, very, very important topic. Every year you can expect one question from this, one or two questions from this, and it's very easy to understand. I'll explain you which are all the main points and which are all the repeated questions from this chapter. So you know that NEET syllabus, just once again I'm repeating, in chapter 12 mineral nutrition we have to learn about essential minerals, macro and micronutrients and their role. Each nutrient or each essential minerals, they have their own role and we have to learn about their role. And if that is deficient, what is the deficiency symptoms, then mineral toxicity, elementary idea of hydroponics, what is hydroponics, then nitrogen metabolism, in that nitrogen cycle, biological nitrogen fixation, about these two under nitrogen metabolism we are learning. Okay, so we said in 2023 two questions came. You got from this part. Okay, and almost every year 2 3 questions came from this portion, like from the nitrogen metabolism part and mineral nutrition. Okay, so let's move to the chapter mineral nutrition. See here, we know that different inorganic substances or minerals, that these minerals are providing nutrition or nourishment to the living organisms, right? Inorganic substances. So different inorganic substances, or we can call them as minerals. These minerals are providing nourishment to the living organism, or they are becoming the raw material for building the body structures, right? This is providing nourishment, or they are becoming the building material, or they are becoming the building blocks, or they are becoming the raw materials. Okay, they're becoming the raw material for building the body structures, and that is helping to maintain the normal function. It is helping for normal functioning, right? So these substances, these inorganic substances are called as mineral nutrients. Okay, mineral nutrients. Okay, and the mode of taking all these nutrients, that is called as mineral nutrition. See how they are taking all these mineral nutrients, that is called as mineral nutrition. So plants, they generally derive their inorganic nutrients from where? From where plants are getting their nutrients? For plants, they are getting their nutrients, inorganic nutrients from soil, water, and atmosphere. Okay. And by using all these things, they are synthesizing, they are making the organic nutrients as a product of photosynthesis. Right? From the inorganic material, they are taking this inorganic material and they are making the organic product through photosynthesis. Clear? So let's see hydroponics. What is hydroponics? See, we said about the mineral nutrition, right? In 1980, Julius von Sachs, Julius von Sachs, he demonstrated for the first time that plants could be grown up to maturity, that can be grown in a defined nutrient solution in the absence of soil. Okay, hydroponics is the concept of growing plants in the absence of soil. Growing in the absence of soil. Actually, from soil, what plants are doing? These plants, through the roots, in normal case, plants are absorbing water and nutrients from the soil, right? So just to absorb the water and nutrients from the soil, soil plays an important role in that, right? So here in 1980, Julius von Sachs, he introduced or he demonstrated the first time, for the first time, what was that? It was a new method that plants could be grown up to maturity, that can be grown in the absence of, or in the complete, we can say in the complete absence of soil, but there should be absence of soil. That is one importance. And but soil is absent means we should provide one nutrient rich solution or nutrient rich medium, right? But nutrient rich medium should be there, right? From soil, plants used to get all the nutrients. So here, if soil is absent means instead of soil, something else should be there. So we should provide a nutrient rich solution in the complete absence of soil, right? Soil is not there. So plants doesn't have any other way to get the nutrients. So here we need to provide a nutrient rich solution. So that was the new method introduced by Julius von Sachs in 1980. Okay, so that is the hydroponics method. So the soilless production of plants, that is called as hydroponics. Hydroponics, how we can define? Soilless production of plants. That is called as hydroponics. And this is also called as soilless culture or solution culture. Hydroponics or soilless culture, or we can call as solution culture. Solution culture, right? And this technique has been successfully employed for the commercial production of vegetables like tomato and seedless cucumber, lettuce. So for the commercial production of what? Tomato, lettuce, and seedless cucumber. For all these, this nutrient or the solution culture or the soilless culture or hydroponics method is successfully employed for all these things. Then hydroponics, that is very useful in determining the essential role of nutrients in the metabolism of plants. Okay, so each and every nutrient, what is the role of each and every nutrient in the plant metabolism, that we can study very well by the help of, or with the help of this hydroponics. Clear? So hydroponics nowadays, it is having so much of importance, and through this the cultivation has become very easy, and easy in the sense it's compared to the normal method bit costly, but in the absence of soil also we can cultivate, because the need of food, that is increasing day by day, right? So if that land area we cannot increase, but we can apply these kind of new methods for increase in the production, right? Next topic is aeroponics. So in hydroponics, you have to learn who demonstrated the method and what is hydroponics. Then it is otherwise called as solution culture, soilless culture. And then it is successfully used for the tomato, seedless cucumber, and for the production of vegetables, lettuce, all these things. Then another question, through hydroponics, we can determine the essential role of nutrients in metabolism of plants. So all these are previous year questions. Okay. Next, aeroponics. Aeroponics means growing plants in a soil-free media. Growing plants in soil-free media. Okay. And in this system, in aeroponics, roots are suspended in air over the nutrient solution, and this is whipped into the nutrient mist. Okay, so aeroponics means, again, this is a soil free media, growing plants in a soil free media, and what they will do, roots will be suspended in the air and the nutrient solution is whipped into the over the nutrient solution. The roots will be suspended and that will be whipped into the nutrient mist. Okay, so that's what the aeroponics. Next, so here the main question, hydroponics and aeroponics from this area. Next is the classification of mineral nutrients. Classification of mineral nutrients. Okay, here on the basis of their essentiality in the body, these minerals can be categorized into, based on essentiality, minerals can be categorized into essential mineral elements and non-essential mineral elements. Essential mineral elements and non-essential mineral elements. Clear? So here, first we need to learn about the essential mineral elements. Essential mineral elements. So here in this chapter, the best thing what you can do is make a table. Okay. So here the essential mineral elements total, there will be 17 number of elements. Number of elements total you need to study, that is 17, and these elements have specific structural or physiological role. They have structural or physiological role. Each element is having own specific role, like structural, it may be structural or physiological, and these are indispensable. We can say without this, the plants cannot complete their life cycle. So they have specific role in the life cycle of plants. That means nitrogen, phosphorus, and all, they have their own role. So without that, they cannot complete the life cycle of that plant. Okay. So here the total number, essential mineral elements 17. And here next we need to say that when we can say that one element is essential. See, an element that is considered as essential if it is able to support the normal growth and reproduction. Okay, that supports normal growth and reproduction. Then we can say that it is the essential element, because without that it's unable to complete the life cycle of the plant, right? And the requirement of particular element in correct amount, in appropriate amount, that must be specific, right? It should not increase, it should not be less, it should not be more, it should be the amount of element that should be appropriate, right? The exact amount that must be specific, and it should be directly involved in the function and metabolism of plant. And here we said plants require 17 essential elements. And which are the elements? 17 essential elements. They are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, sulfur, magnesium, calcium, iron, boron, manganese, copper, zinc, molybdenum, chlorine, then nickel. So these are the essential elements. Okay. Here, what you need to do, I said already, these are the 17 essential elements. So you have to make a table. So in the table, what and all you should include, that is name of that mineral nutrient, then their function and deficiency symptom. Okay, that's how you need to write. Okay, and in which form it is obtained to plants, that is also important question. So hereafter whatever I'm going to say, that and all, see the amount here, the 17 elements. Okay, so here you may guess, you should know which and all the essential elements. So from this you will get, they'll give list of elements, and from this which is the essential element, which is coming as the essential element. Sometimes they may include some other element which is not coming under this list. So you should be very careful while choosing the options. Okay. Now let's see non-essential mineral elements. Non-essential mineral elements. So here non-essential mineral elements other than these 17 elements. 17 elements we said they're essential elements, right? So other than the 17 elements, and these elements, they are required in some plants. That's why we have given the name like non-essential. It's not must, but some plants require this kind of elements, but not all the plants. And their absence does not produce any major deficiency symptom. Okay, absence will not make major problems. Major problems in the sense no major deficiency symptoms in the plants. Non-essential elements we can say cobalt, silicon, then sodium. All these are non-essential elements. And on the basis of their occurrence in the dry matter of living organism, minerals are of different types. See, we have learned based on the basis of essentiality in the body, we made uh, mineral nutrients into essential mineral elements and non-essential mineral elements, right? So non-essential mineral elements means they are required in some plants, but that is not required in all the plants. And if it is absent also, it is not going to create major problems in that plant. So what are all the examples we have learned? Cobalt, sodium, silicon, all these are the examples for non-essential mineral elements, right? So this classification we made based on the essentiality on the plant or in the plant body, whether it is essential or not, or what is based on the importance of the essentiality, we made this essential and non-essential elements. Mineral nutrients are classified into essential elements and non-essential mineral nutrients. Now next classification, we are moving to the next classification of this mineral nutrients. This is based on their occurrence, based on the occurrence in dry matter of living organism. Thus, minerals are classified into micronutrients and macronutrients. Micronutrients and macronutrients. Okay, this is based on the occurrence in the dry matter of living organisms. Micronutrients, they are otherwise called as micro elements or trace elements. Micro, in micro level it is present, or in trace amount it is present. So we are calling as micro element or micronutrient or trace element. And macronutrient or macro element means these elements are present more in more quantity, okay, compared to the micronutrients. So here micro elements, we said they are present in trace amounts. Okay, so in these elements which are present in trace quantities in dry matter, they are called as micronutrients or trace elements, and they will be less than 10 millimole per kg. Which one? Micronutrients. Or we can say 1 mg per gram. Okay, 1 mg per gram of dry matter. And this elements, these micronutrient elements, they act as cofactors or activators. Cofactors or activators for enzyme functioning. For the functioning of enzyme, these micronutrients will act as cofactors or activators for functioning of enzyme. And these here micronutrients, we can say there are 8 micronutrients. I'll write the micronutrients: zinc, manganese, boron, copper, molybdenum, chlorine, nickel, and iron. These are the micronutrients. So they are present in trace amounts, and it will be present 1 mg per gram of dry matter, and cofactor. This will work as a cofactor or activers for enzyme. Okay, and there are 8 micronutrients: molybdenum, copper, manganese, boron, zinc, chlorine, iron, and nickel. Okay, so this classification is based on the occurrence in the dry matter of living organism. So this is present in trace amount. Which one? Micronutrients. Next, let's move to the macronutrients or macro elements. These macro elements are present in easily detectable quantity in dry matter. Quantity in dry matter. Okay, that means this will be present in 1 to 10 mg per gram. So here maximum up to 1 mg it will be present. Which one? Micronutrient. That means it is present in micro level or trace amount, right? Here 1 to 10 mg will be present per gram of dry matter. Which one? Macro. It is present in macro level or big level. It is present. Macro element or macronutrient, it will be 1 to 10 mg per gram of dry matter. Okay, and here these, we said micronutrients will work as cofactors or activators for enzyme. But here these macronutrients are present in more quantities of dry matter, right? So these are involved in the synthesis of organic molecules. Involved in the synthesis of organic molecules. These are present in the synthesis of organic molecules. So here, see this first line, that is previous year question, and the amount of micro and macronutrients present in dry matter, that is also previous year question. And micronutrients will act as cofactor or activator. This is also previous year question. And the micronutrients, list of micronutrients, this is also previous year question here. And in the case of macronutrients, you can see we can easily detect the presence in dry matter and the quantity, and it is involved in the synthesis of organic molecule. Then the list, I will say the list of how many are there. 9 macronutrients are there. Which are they? Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. These are which one? These are macronutrients. So from here you will get 5 questions from micronutrients and 5 questions from macronutrients. Okay, all these points you must learn. You will get questions from this. Okay, 5 points about the micronutrients and the 5 points same points about the macronutrients also. First you need to mention the amount. It is present in large quantity or in trace amount. Then the quantity which is present. Okay, micro means it will be less. You should Remember in that way, that means maximum up to 1 mg it will be present, but 1 to 10 mg will be present in macronutrients. And how it is working, micronutrients will work as activators or cofactors for enzyme, and they micronutrients, in the case of macronutrients, they are involved in the synthesis of organic molecules, right? And here in the micronutrient, they are 8 in numbers, and macro total 9 are there. Then which are the micronutrients and which are the macronutrients? So micronutrient and macronutrient classification, that is based on the occurrence in dry matter of living organism. Based on that, the classification is done. Clear? Now we need to explain this elements, each elements or mineral nutrients and their function and their deficiency symptom. So first, let's start with carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. First, we will start with that. So, from where you will get this, or where plants will get this? From air and water, it is obtained. And what are all the functions of this carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen? Functions, we can write down, they are the building blocks of body. Building blocks of body, right? And they are the protoplasmic constituents. Then we know that we have, here we are saying about hydrogen, and here the role of hydrogen, we can say this H plus ion concentration that governs the pH, right? pH, how we are calculating the H plus ion concentration? Based on that, we are saying the pH. And oxygen is the terminal electron acceptor in respiration. Oxygen is the terminal electron acceptor in respiration. Then carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, we know that that is the, all these are the main constituents of carbohydrate, then protein, lipid, nucleic acid. In that and all, mainly you can see carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, the main constituents of protein, lipid, nucleic acid, and carbohydrate, right? And what are all the deficiency symptoms? Deficiency symptoms, what and all we can say? If these are deficient, we said these are the main building blocks of body, right? So how we can define this? If it is deficient in the body, what we can say? Normal growth cannot occur, right? Normal growth will not happen. It will affect the normal growth of body, right? Because they are the building blocks of the body. So about carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, it's obtained from water and air. They are the building blocks of body and the main constituents of protoplasm. And hydrogen ion concentration, that makes the pH, or that controls the pH. Oxygen, that is the terminal electron acceptor in respiration. And carbohydrate, protein, lipid, nucleic acid, and all these, the main constituents you can see, or the main elements, that is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, right? Next, we are going to say about nitrogen. So this is mainly obtained in NO3 minus, that means nitrate, nitrate, and ammonium. In all these forms, ammonium ions, all these forms, it is obtained. NO3, NO2, and NH4 plus, ammonium ions, nitrate, nitrite ions, and all. In that form, this nitrogen is obtained. Okay. And what is the main role or the function of this nitrogen? See, nitrogen, we know it is important for amino acid synthesis. Right? It is having very important role in amino acid synthesis. Then in protein, amino acid, it is there means definitely it will be there in protein also. Then vitamins, nucleic acid, hormones, coenzymes, ATP, and chlorophyll. So for all these, the functions mainly it require for the synthesis of amino acids, proteins, vitamins, nucleic acid, hormone, ATP, coenzyme, and chlorophyll. Okay, so nitrogen is having important role in all these things. And the deficiency symptoms, if nitrogen is deficient, chlorosis, chlorosis first appears in the older leaves. Okay, chlorosis appears first in the older leaves, then the stunted growth. Stunted growth. Why stunted growth is happening? We said for protein synthesis. Synthesis of protein, nitrogen is very important. So if protein is not synthesizing well, that will decrease the protein synthesis, right? If nitrogen availability is less, means that will decrease the protein synthesis. So stunted growth is happening there. Okay, and premature leaf fall. Premature leaf fall. See, I said all the points which I am explaining here, all these are the previous year questions, right? Importance of nitrogen. The nitrogen availability, in which and all form it is available, that is previous year question. And importance for the synthesis of amino acid, protein, vitamin, nucleic acid, coenzyme, ATP, chlorophyll, hormone, for all these nitrogen is required. And the deficiency of nitrogen that may cause chlorosis, then stunted growth of plant, then premature leaf fall. Clear? So all these points are previous year questions. So if you are learning minimum these points, it will be easy for you to answer the previous year questions. Next is about sulfur. Yes. And this sulfur is obtained. It is obtained in SO4 2 minus, this form. Obtained in this form. And functions. Next we need to say about the functions. So this is previous year question. In previous year question paper, you can see this question. Next is, we know that sulfur, which is a constituent of amino acid, like some amino acids like cysteine, cysteine, and methionine, then some vitamins and all, right? And some coenzymes and ferridoxin. See, sulfur, it is the part of some amino acids. Okay, so here, which are the amino acids? Cysteine and cysteine. This is previous year question. Okay, sulfur, that is the main constituent of amino acid like cysteine and cysteine. And sulfur is a part of methionine, amino acid methionine. Then it's a part of vitamins. Which are the vitamins? Thiamine and biotin. Thiamine and biotin. So this you should learn as such. Vitamin sulfur, that is a part of vitamins thiamine and biotin. This is also previous year question. And methionine, in that also. This is also previous year question. Okay. In that also sulfur is a part. Then coenzyme, and it's a constituent of coenzyme A and ferredoxin. Which one? Sulfur. And we know that the sulfur increases the nodule formation in legumes. That means pulses. Okay. Increases nodule formation in legumes. Right. In legumes, root nodule formation is there. So that is increased. Increased nodule formation is by sulfur. And sulfur, another important role of sulfur, we can say sulfur is a component of allyl sulfide of onion. Allyl sulfide, which is present in onion, then garlic. So onion, garlic, in those and all, allyl sulfide will be there, and that is responsible for the smell. Okay, this is responsible for smell. And cinegrin. Cinegrin, this is present in mustard. Okay, so that is, the sulfur is also a component of allyl sulfide of onion, then garlic, which is responsible for the smell, and the cinegrin, which is present in mustard. Okay, then see here you can see 2-3 questions, previous year questions. Okay, directly they won't give the question like role of sulfur and in which and all it is present. So you will get allyl sulfide. Here sulfide is there, so you can make out at sulfur, the component sulfur, and onion and garlic and the smell. Allyl sulfide, which is responsible for the smell, and cinegrin, which is present in mustard. All these points, these are the previous year questions. Then we need to learn about the deficiency symptom. Sulfur deficiency symptom you need to learn. Deficiency, we can say in the young leaves, first chlorosis will come. Chlorosis. It's more commonly that appears in young leaves. First in the young leaves it will appear. Then another deficiency symptom you can see in the chlorotic leaves in tea, that we can say tea yellow disease, that is coming in tea. And we said it is having, sulfur is having major role in the formation of nodules in legumes, right? So reduced nodulation in legumes. These and all we can see due to the deficiency of sulfur. This chlorosis, then tea yellow disease is caused due to the deficiency of sulfur. This is a previous year question. And reduction in nodule formation of legumes that you can see as a result of sulfur deficiency. That is also previous year question. Clear? Next is about phosphorus we need to learn. Phosphorus. Phosphorus will be obtained as phosphate ions. Phosphate ions. Phosphorus will be obtained as phosphate ions, and this phosphate ion or phosphorus that is required for the synthesis of nucleic acid, synthesis of nucleic acid. It's for nucleic acid synthesis it is required, and ATP, then phospholipids, then NAD and NADPH. For all these required for the synthesis of NAD, NADPH, phospholipids, ATP and nucleic acid. And what is the major function? Major function of this? The energy transfer. Main function of phosphorus, energy transfer, then cell division, phosphorylation reactions. All these are the major functions of phosphorus, and this is the main constituent of cell membrane. Okay, main constituent of cell membrane. So these are the functions. So phosphate will be obtained as phosphorus will be obtained as phosphate ions. This is previous year question, and it is involved in the synthesis of nucleic acid, ATP, phospholipid, NAD and NADPH. So here the synthesis, phosphorus is involved in the synthesis of NAD and NADPH. Okay, this was a previous year question. And main function, energy transfer, then cell division, phosphorylation reaction. And phosphorus is a main constituent of cell membrane. Okay, this is also previous year question. And here the energy transfer, phosphorus is involved. So like that assertion type questions you will get from this. So all these here, from here, 3 previous year questions were there. And next the deficiency. Deficiency of this phosphorus. First of all, this deficiency, from that you can expect 1 or 2 questions every time. Okay, if deficiency of this mineral nutrients. So here phosphorus and all very important in that you will get stunted growth. Then another question, leaves, they will appear dull green or with purple and red spot of anthocyanin. Anthocyanin. Then chlorosis in later stage, chlorosis, which appears in the later stage with necrosis. With necrosis, which is in the older leaves. Then premature abscission, that means falling of leaf. Premature leaf fall or abscission or leaf fall, we will tell. premature leaf fall, fruit fall, flower falling, all these are due to the deficiency of phosphorus. Okay. Then red blot on leaf. Red blot on leaf. Then delayed germination of seeds. That is also due to the deficiency of phosphorus. Delayed seed germination. That is due to the phosphorus deficiency. So phosphorus deficiency is very important from this chlorosis with necrosis. This is a previous year question. And premature leaf, flower and fruit fall. This is also previous year question. Then red blot on leaf. That is also previous year question. Then anthocyanins. From this two three deficiency symptoms together also you may get a question. All these are due to the absence or deficiency of, you will get options like phosphorus, nitrogen, sulfur, and also you have to choose. See, stunted growth, chlorosis with necrosis, premature leaf fall, fruit fall, and flower fall. That is due to which one? Due to the deficiency of phosphorus. And delayed seed germination, that is the deficiency symptom of which one? Phosphorus. Okay, that is also one important question. This is also this delayed seed germination, that is also previous year question. Okay. So here in this, now we have learned about carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, then nitrogen, sulfur and phosphorus. All these are the important mineral nutrients, and we have learned about their functions and deficiency symptoms. And still more we have to learn about potassium, magnesium, calcium, and all those elements we have to learn. And while learning, that's why I said just make a table and write the name of element, it is obtained in which form, then the functions, then the deficiency symptoms. Okay, just read the table, that's more than enough. So all these points which I am mentioning here, they are the previous year questions, and some of one or two extra points also I'm mentioning which may come as the question in 2024 or in the coming years. So just try to learn like this. While learning, just go through the previous year questions and note down those points also as extra points. Okay. So the remaining elements, about the remaining elements we'll learn in the next class. Thank you.